Hi, and welcome back to Ben Keenan Just Can't Stop Talking, the water cooler episode, aka the 10-ish minute news and culture show where I talk about everything that happened over the past 24 hours so that you're a little bit smarter about a lot of things. It is Wednesday, March 12th, and I look like ass. If you're watching this, I apologize. If you can hear my voice is a little deeper, it's not because I've been, practicing lowering it a pitch or two. It's because I actually think that I'm fighting off a sinus infection and my throat is less sore than it was yesterday when I told you I had low energy, but it's still kind of like, So by now you know the drill. We're going to talk about everything that happened overnight and lead into everything that happened today until I started recording the show, whatever time that might be. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. There was a special election in a state house district in Iowa last night. Iowa House District 100, if you are a nerd like me. Well, anyway, the Republican won it by 3.3%, which is a 24% shift towards the Democrat, where Trump won this district by 28% in November. The Republican last night only won it by 3.3%. This is a reminder to compete everywhere. If you're going to stop the chaos that the Republican Party is bringing into our country right now, you have to have a Democrat or somebody who's like an independent but left-leaning competing against a Republican in every single election for every single position. No exceptions. Greenland's Demokraatit Party, so it's spelled Demokraatit, so it's not Democratic, it's Demokraatit. It is a center-right party that favors a gradual path to Greenland's independence from Denmark, won a surprising victory in Greenland's parliamentary elections last night. This party is known for pushing back against Trump's goals of taking over Greenland, and in fact, in response to the win, the party's leaders said that the results should send a clear message to Trump that Greenland is not for sale. And honestly, in a hilarious second blow to Trump last night, the European Union announced countermeasures to Trump's tariffs worth about $28 billion starting on April 1st. So hilarious that he got the 1-2 punch. Not so hilarious to the rest of us who actually are going to be the ones paying for these tariffs. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the news of today. On top of all of that, today's news starts with Canada announcing more than $20 billion in retaliatory tariffs in response to Trump's tariffs on steel and aluminum that he put into place. So remember how Jay-Z was sued for allegedly sexually assaulting a woman with Diddy when she was 13 years old after the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards? And then a couple weeks ago, the lawsuit was dropped, but folks online are still pissed at Jay-Z and Beyonce for some reason. Well, a recording came out where the woman actually can be heard talking to two private investigators where she admitted that Jay-Z didn't do anything and that a lawyer pushed her to sue him. 78-year-old New Hampshire Democratic Senator Jeanne Shaheen announced that she will not be seeking re-election to the Senate in 2026.
Serving the people of New Hampshire, first as state senator, then as governor, and now in the United States Senate, is an incredible honor. I ran for public office to make a difference for the people of New Hampshire. That purpose has never and will never change. But today, after careful consideration, I'm announcing that I have made the difficult decision not to seek re-election to the Senate in 2026.
While no big names have declared that they're running yet, Democratic Congressman Chris Pappas from New Hampshire's 1st District is said to be seriously considering it. And actually, here's a little fun fact that I learned today. Chris Pappas beat Trump's current press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, in this race a few cycles back, I think. So she ran to be the congressperson of this race, lost to Chris Pappas, and then became Trump's press secretary. The world, what's going to happen next? Ariana Grande announced Brighter Days Ahead, the short film, which comes out on March 28th. I don't know any information about it, but the poster that they put up looks like she's singing. So I wonder if this short film is going to be kind of like what we equivalent like Beyonce's visuals to, where it's like a visual, like Lemonade, like a visual album. Country singer Zach Bryan appears to have hard launched a new relationship with Australian model Hannah Duncan via Instagram story, where he tagged her looking at a sunset on the beach. This comes just 5 months after his public split with Barstool Sports podcaster Brianna Chickenfry. Speaking of podcasters, Call Her Daddy podcast host Alex Cooper has announced that she will be hosting and executive producing Hulu's new dating show, Overboard for Love, which I guess is just a working title. Thank God, because it's horrible. It sounds like the unscripted show will put, quote, sexy singles aboard a luxury yacht where they'll be ready to mix and mingle and find love. And then I'm going to read the rest directly from this. But there's a twist. Gaining access to the yacht's extravagant amenities won't be simple. As the journey unfolds, romance ignites unites, alliances form, and hearts are shattered. In the end, only one couple will reign supreme. Who will rise to the top and who will be left stranded? I don't know. I'll probably watch it, but it sounds really complicated. So Spotify removed self-proclaimed misogynist Andrew Tate's, quote, pimping hoes class after employees complained about it. And honestly, thank God, because I'm complaining too. West Virginia University's head football coach, Rich Rodriguez, announced that he's banning his players from doing TikTok dances. Not banning the app, just banning them from dancing on it. He justified it by saying, quote, it's like, look, we try to have a hard edge or whatever, and you're in there in your tights dancing on TikTok ain't quite the image of our program that I want. I'm allowed to do that. I can have rules. 20 years from now, if they want to be sitting in their pajamas in the basement eating Cheetos and watching TikTok of whatever the hell, they can go at it. Smoking cannabis, whatever. Knock yourself out. How about let's win the football game and not worry about winning the TikTok? I mean, I don't give a fuck what this man does, right? You're the coach. It's your rules. It's your locker room. It's your team. You can do whatever you want. But dude, it's very clear that you don't actually understand TikTok, nor the numerous popular athletes who have found success both on and off this app. If it's not a distraction to your players, open your mind a little bit and see the benefit as to how having popular people on this app actually might be good for your program in the long run. I don't know. Welcome to the future, my guy. A Tiger Woods biopic. Is that biopic? The movie about Tiger Woods and his life is set to be developed by Amazon MGM with Barack and Michelle Obama's company, Higher Ground, in talks to produce it. If you're curious who's going to direct it, that is going to be King Richard filmmaker Ronaldo Marcus Green. And finally, the U.S. Department of Labor officially cut childcare programs from its own employees, including emergency backup daycare and childcare subsidies. Because why not just make government work that much less appealing? And that's it. That's all the news that happened today. Thank you again for listening. If you want to hear more from me before tomorrow's episode posts, go ahead and follow me on TikTok and YouTube at I've Been Traveling. You can follow me on Threads and Instagram at Ben Keenan. You can always find me here on the podcast at Ben Keenan Just Can't Stop Talking on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But until tomorrow, have a good night or morning, technically. I know some of you don't listen to this day up. Have a good whatever. Bye.